Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to the virtual college exploration for all Missouri students. This is sponsored by MOACAC, Missouri Association for College Admissions Counseling, and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us tonight. A few housekeeping announcements before we just get started here. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so this is a webinar, so panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening. So to be sure to check out the full schedule at moacac.org, that's MOACAC.org. And this presentation is being recorded, so you will be able to, in about a week or so, rewatch it at that same website, moacac.org. So I'd like to now turn it over to our presenters, Lindenwood University.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lindenwood University. My name is Bria, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Lindenwood. I'm here with Haley and Keela to tell you a little bit about Lindenwood University today.
Hello, I'm Keela Ross.
Sorry. All right, let's dive into this. So Lindenwood University is located in St. Charles, Missouri. There's tons to do in St. Charles, Missouri. You can see where we're at if you find the LU on the Missouri map here on the screen. But in St. Charles, there's always so much to do. You'll never be bored. There's the historic streets of St. Charles. You can do shopping and eating. There's Busch Stadium, the St. Louis Aquarium, Riverfest, Blueberry Hill. There's tons and tons of stuff to do in St. Charles, Missouri around Lindenwood University. We kind of have a small town feel in the mixture of a big city. So we really get the best of both worlds at Lindenwood in St. Charles. We are about 25 minutes away from St. Louis City. So if you know where St. Louis City is, you're gonna go 25 minutes away and you'll be in St. Charles where Lindenwood is located. That is also 4 hours away from Indianapolis, 4 hours from Louisville, 5 hours from Nashville, 5 hours from Chicago, and 4 hours from Kansas City. So maybe some of you Kansas City people in the house are, in the area, you're just 4 hours away. So come visit us at St. Charles campus at Lindenwood sometime. Lindenwood University has about 4,100 undergraduate students. So we are classified as small to medium size with our campus size, but we have a lot to offer. We have over 47 states represented and over 70 countries represented at Lindenwood University. We really value diversity and inclusivity. We want all students from all walks of life, from everywhere, all over, to come to Lindenwood and tell their story and to experience Lindenwood. We have over 90 degree programs to choose from at Lindenwood University. So we've got our School of Business and Entrepreneurship, School of Arts, Media and Communications, School of Education, School of Health Sciences, School of Humanities, and School of Sciences. So on that sheet there, you can see kind of all of the degrees that we have offered, but what are not on there are pre-professional degrees. So we have like pre-dentistry, pre-nursing, pre-med, all of those pre-professional type of things where you go off to professional school to pursue those degrees. We have those at Lindenwood as well. So if you take a second to look at our sheet with all of our degree programs, hopefully we have the degree that you are interested in. I'm going to pass it on to Haley, who will tell us about the classroom experience.
Hello all, so my name is Haley. I was a graduate from Lindenwood, so I love talking about this experience. I came from a small high school. I had about 20 students in each of my classes, so that was something I wanted to carry over to college. So it was phenomenal once I heard that we had a cap at 35 students. It is a 17-to-1 student to professor ratio, and every professor is required to have 10 plus student hours a week. So it's really great to build that student professor relationship. They're the people that are gonna help you with internships, jobs after college. They're gonna be the people that you network with. So I highly encourage throughout your college, decision-making, if you're someone who needs that one-on-one time, to pay attention to the classroom experience, because it can truly make or break your college experience. Okay, here's a fun one. So study abroad. This is a very hot topic pre-COVID, and I'm going to talk pre-COVID because right now our study abroad program is on a halt. So I'll tell you about what we had to offer, 8 months ago. So we have an option to do a semester abroad. So this means you actually are in that country studying. You can do a summer abroad. So this requires, you can do coursework here. You could, just go and work. You can do research, volunteer. So this one's a little bit more relaxed. It's usually the longest opportunity for students though. The really fun one is the faculty-led short-term course. So picture being in a class for the entire semester, and then you guys take a fun vacation for like 10 to 14 days in that country that you learned about. So if you're not wanting to study abroad, but you would love to go abroad, this is a great opportunity. We have opportunities available in over 20 countries, and I will say that Lindenwood doesn't just have these opportunities, we have a great presence in these countries. Our study abroad program is phenomenal. Unfortunately, I never took place in it, but I had so many friends that did, and it not only helped them land jobs, but it's just a great opportunity to learn about that country per se. Okay, and then last one I'll talk on is career services. So this is something that a lot of high schoolers are like, that doesn't matter. But let me tell you, it does. Once you get to your senior year, you're gonna start freaking out and wish you would have started freshman year. So pay attention to this. So this has a bunch of different opportunities for students. One of them is Dress for Success. So unfortunately, business suits, business attire tends to be more pricier than t-shirts. So we do have a full wardrobe of students' apparel they can wear to interviews, anything that might help you obtain a job, essentially. Another option is resume assistance. So I, as a student, did take my resume there. I wrote it myself. I took it and I thought it was perfect, as usual, most students do. And it got handed back to me with a bunch of red X's all over it. So they were just trying to help me, be successful. They helped me word things better. I'm not the best speller, so they helped with that. But they help with a lot of skills that helped me obtain my first job, as well as interview skills. A lot of jobs are hiring students based off of, Zoom interviews, which it's hard to show yourself, over Zoom. So it's a great way to obtain some skills you might not have had, before this. So highly encourage you to look at career services, whatever schools you're looking at. These are huge areas to take note of for sure.
Okay, so I'm Keela, and this portion is under me. So campus activities, 80% of your time is spent outside the classroom. And so you fill that time with student organizations. You can run for student government if that's something perhaps you did it in high school and that's something you want to continue. Activity boards, there are a lot of different boards that will perhaps suit your liking and what you would be interested in. And also campus fraternities and sororities are a big thing. We have 6 on the Lindenwood University campus. So there's always something that is going on, even in the midst of COVID. They've been very creative on putting things together that will help you have fun as well as memories. And statistics show that when an individual goes away to college and they don't get involved in different things outside of the classroom, that they tend to miss home and may, be sad. And this is a time, a next chapter of your life to have fun. So we strongly encourage and getting involved with as many campus activities as you can. That won't affect your grades. Okay, next we have our student athletics. So we have over 40 competitive sports teams and 27 NCAA sports. We are a Division II school. And also in our with our activities, the Student Athlete Center, it has Academic Success Center for our NCAA student athletes. So while we love to see them in the sports, we also like to see them make success in their academics. We have an expanded athletic training facility. We have 43,000 square foot, 3-story facility as well. We have the Hunter Stadium, the Highland Arena, Student Athletic Center, Lou Brock Sports Complex, Lindenwood Track, and tennis courts. So there is a plethora of things to get into. And as a student, you have access to attend games and things of that nature. So while we are in COVID and everything is kind of in limbo, when we're able to and be able to experience that, you will have fun. So definitely that is a key factor on our campus. Next, we have the scholarships. So we have different scholarships. We have academic, athletic, fine and performing arts, inclusivity leadership, which is a new scholarship this year. And I'm happy to be a part of this. And this really focuses on and recognizes exceptional students, leaders who exhibit a passion for inclusivity and who advocate for a diverse, inclusive, and accepting campus community. So if that is something that you feel that you are already involved in or would like to be a part of, definitely check out that scholarship. We also have what is called the Legacy Scholarship. And what that is, it's right in the name, legacy. If you have a parent or grandparent or caregiver that attended and graduated from Lindenwood University, then you will qualify and be able to at least apply for the Legacy Scholarship. So that's a fun one as well. Then we also have need-based, which is based on the need, and you will be able to check that out as well. Then we have what is called the Sibley Scholarship. And the Sibley Scholarship is $15,000 to $25,000 and GPA of 3.5. And so it's something that if you have a 3.5 and that's something you want to go for, definitely look into that. And also the sibling. If you have a sibling that is enrolled at Lindenwood University when you enroll, then that is the scholarship that you will qualify for. So definitely check out our scholarships. There's a list of other scholarships and other need-based things. So when you're looking at our website, check that out.
Okay, so we went through a lot of information. We are about to take some questions from the Q&A, but before we do, we want to just tell you some of your next steps. Like, are you ready to jump in? So very first, you're going to want to come and visit campus. We have, like I said in the beginning, our campus is in St. Charles, Missouri. It's beautiful. It's got rolling hills. It's got all that we have to offer. It's just amazing. So come visit our campus. We have campus tours Monday through Friday and on Saturday. So definitely step one is to visit campus.
Okay, so step 2, whether you visited or not visited, if you're interested in Lindenwood, the first thing I always tell students is to apply online. It's super painless. It takes less than 20 minutes, so less than one episode of your Netflix show. To go online, apply. It's super quick. And then the next steps will be what Keela is going to talk about.
Okay, and so the next step is sending those official high school transcripts and official test scores. So we have email address that's admissionsprocessing@lindenwood.edu, where the transcripts can be sent as well as your test scores, or they can be sent through your counselor through Parchment or Naviance, which is like a database that they can send it to our university. But also we are test optional school, and what that means is you as a student can make the determination if you don't want to include your test scores in when we are reviewing your application for admittance. It won't be held against you. And so we're seeing that a lot of students are taking advantage of that, especially during this pandemic, because of the pushback of a lot of the testing times with the ACT and SAT. So also, I'm sorry, with doing the high school transcripts and the test scores, also tomorrow, which is October 1st, the FAFSA goes live. So we definitely encourage all of our students as soon as possible to apply for FAFSA. And FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And that opens up a plethora of grants and need-based loans that are 0 to low percent of loans that are offered and issued through the government. And so we definitely encourage that. So in addition to the scholarships that I talked about earlier, there are other ways that perhaps you'll be able to pay for college. So definitely check that out soon as possible. Submit your information so you can have a little ease knowing that you were accepted and will be attending Lindenwood University.
All right, so we are about to open it up for some questions. Keep those questions coming in the Q&A. We've got some good ones so far. But before we do that, we want to just pass on our contact information. My name is Bria. We've got Haley Show and Keela Ross, also contact information listed on here too. Take a quick screenshot of this screen so that you can refer back to us when you have questions, or just go to our website and search freshman admissions, and all the information that you need will be there. So we are going to open it up for some questions. Let me get it pulled up here. All right, I'm just going to dive into these questions. So the first one we have, it says, can you stack scholarships? If I had a sibling that went to Lindenwood and a parent graduated from there, but you also get the sibling, can you have all three? So in a short answer, yes and no. Some of our scholarships are stackable, like the sibling scholarship, the legacy scholarship, those are stackable, but the sibling scholarship, since it is our biggest scholarship that we have, it's not stackable with the other ones that we offer. But when you're getting that sibling scholarship, remember you're getting $15,000 and $25,000 already, so you won't even need that much extra financial aid. So most of our scholarships are stackable, just the sibling scholarship is the one exception to that.
Okay, so the next question that I see is, do we apply for scholarship, or does the college give us the scholarship? So yes, what you do, there is a merit scholarship that every student that is admitted based on their GPA will be awarded a merit scholarship. However, the other scholarships that are out there, you would have to apply for, which is why we are encouraging everyone to, as soon as possible, once you know that you have been admitted, to go for those scholarships. Everyone that you read, everyone that you think, hey, I think I fit this, apply for it.
Okay, I will go ahead and answer Nola's. So you said, what do I need to do to qualify for the scholarship related to performing arts? So all of our performing arts scholarships are going to be interview based. So that, or audition, tryout, whatever it may be in the performing arts category, those will be based off that. Usually auditions, tryouts, whatever it may be, are based off the department. So if you're interested in a certain performing art, let us know and we can look at the tryout audition date. And then I'll go ahead and answer Ariana's next one. So I know that Lindenwood is a private four-year university. It is not covered by A+. However, I know that some universities and colleges will offer certain scholarships and or benefits for teens who participated in the A+ program. So this is a great question. We do get this a lot, and I'll kind of break it down what happened. So we used to offer A+ at Lindenwood. We no longer offer it. The main reason is because we noticed that A+'s requirements were not upholding the requirements that Lindenwood had. So some students didn't have the greatest GPA, but were included in the A+ program. And we had students that had 4.0s and were working really hard and had great grades, but were not a part of the A+ program. The kids who were in A+ were getting more funding than the kids who were working really hard to have great grades. So we kind of merged that to where we did upped our merit scholarship. So we tried to make it larger for every student based off a GPA. So we no longer offer just an A+ scholarship due to this. I will say though that we do have many trade acquisition agreements with a lot of community colleges in the area. So if you are needing to use your A+, we do have the option where you could go to a community college for 2 years and transfer into Lindenwood if that A+ is, mandatory for you to use.
Cool, I'll go ahead with the next one. To qualify for the Legacy Scholarship, does your parent have to attend and graduate? The answer is yes, they do have to attend and graduate from Lindenwood to get the Legacy Scholarship. That was a quick one.
Okay, I'll take Mackenzie. When can you start applying to Lindenwood? Like, is there a certain age? Well, there's not a certain age. We do actually start, we have juniors that start inquiring and getting information, and you can start as early as your second semester of your junior year, if I'm not mistaken. And so Haley and Bria can verify or chime in, but I believe that is when you can, because then at that time you will have had at least 6 semesters of high school that we would be able to reference when looking at your application. But yeah, so if you are a senior now, apply.
Absolutely, and great point. So you can apply the summer after your junior year. So once we have those final junior grades, our application usually opens mid to early late summer, it just depends. It's usually mid. And once that's open, as long as you have those junior grades, you can apply.
Thank you, Haley.
I'll go. I'm going to throw in a question about housing. So we have a question that is, what is your freshman housing like? So for our freshmen, we have a suite style dorm. So you have yourself and a roommate, and then you'll share a bathroom with 2 other people. We have 2 male dorms and 2 female dorms, and they all have 4 people sharing 1 bathroom. The cool thing about our freshman dorms is that they're right across the street from the dining hall and the rec center. So you can wake up, go eat, go work out, go to class. Works out real great.
Okay, I see Mackenzie said, is there a certain age for applying for scholarships? No, if you're applying for the school, you can apply for the scholarships.
And I will answer this last one I see right now. So it says, what is Lindenwood's required application GPA? Does this apply to a regular grading scale, honors, or a combination of the 2? So really good question. Lindenwood is a holistic admissions. Most people when they hear that aren't sure what it means. So holistic means that we do not have a minimum GPA. This benefits students in many different ways because that means we don't just see the GPA and automatically make a decision. We do like to look in, what that student was involved in, the progression of their GPA, their outreach in the community, whatever it may be. And then it does apply to a regular grading scale. So we do take the unweighted GPA, and we don't really look at the weighted at all.
Okay, I see another question. It says, do you need to live on campus for the first year of college? So yes, you do. It is a requirement. There were changes that were made for this school year due to the pandemic, but we typically, it is a requirement for our first year freshmen. And the purpose behind that is just because, as I stated in one of the slides, just having that cohesiveness and connection with the campus life, it just makes you feel a part of it and really, be successful in both your academics as well as, the different organizations. So yes.
I'll go with the next one. It says, in general, how far is student housing from the classrooms? I would say it's probably, a 5 to 10 minute walk to get from your dorm to your classroom. Our campus is really a perfect size, not too big, not too small. So you can make it from your dorm all the way to the other side of campus in 10 minutes or less. So it's very walkable. People have their bikes, people have scooters, and people drive too around campus. But for the most part, campus is pretty walkable. You'll be able to make it to class on time with no problem.
To kind of go off of that as well, I will say parking is completely free on campus. I know as a student, when I lived in campus housing, it's on the outskirts of campus. So walking to class some days, if I was running late, wasn't the easiest. So if you take your car, you can drive to the nearest lot to your buildings and then get out and, commute by foot from there. So that's something a lot of students will do. The last question I see is some colleges have apartments near or on campus that offer reduced rates for college students who would prefer to live alone. Do you guys offer this? So we do not have an affiliation with any outside apartments or buildings, but I will say we do have campus housing. So Lindenwood bought out multiple different neighborhoods behind campus that are available to students. This means that, if the house is a 3-bedroom house, there's only 3 students to it. So you do have your own room to yourself. This kind of encourages students to stay on campus. It is part of our housing meal plan option. So you're still considered a residential student. You just live in a house instead of a dorm. So this is a plus. I will say we also are looking to add apartments. So pre-COVID, we had plans to start building soon. I know that it's been slowed down, but by the time that you're out of the dorms your junior year, we might have that apartment option too.
Okay, any final questions from anyone? Questions about our dining, our Greek life, our dorms, our scholarships? Any final questions before we call it a night here? We'll give it just a quick second. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was great talking to you all virtually. Oh, we just got one. What are the 3 sororities? Do you guys know off the top of your head our 3 sororities?
So the 3 sororities we have are Delta Zeta, Tri Sigma Sigma, and Phi Sigma. Phi Sigma is that's the newest one that was founded just about 3 years ago. So those are the 3 that we have.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you do have any questions, I'll go back real quick to our contact info slide. Take a quick screenshot. Let us know if you have questions. Send us an email, give us a call. We are more than happy to help you guys throughout your college process. Thanks so much for attending, and you guys have a good night.
Bye.
All right, thank you, Lindenwood. Let me share my screen here so we can close out. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there's going to be a small link, a 4-question survey, and we'd love and appreciate any feedback that you guys could provide. Also, this was one of many sessions hosted, so there's tons of them. Be sure to sign up for additional sessions at moacac.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find the sessions recording, as well as all other sessions recording. So that'll also be located at moacac.org. Thank you so much, Lindenwood, and thank you so much for attending.